Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from T.W White Sons Mazda. Taken in part exchange, here we have a Mazda 2, 1.5, 90 PS, that's the power output. And this is the SE-L Nav Plus model. Now, this car was one of the first of the Plus model vehicles, which got a few extra goodies over the standard SE-L, which I shall go through in detail. Now you got these, you got reverse sensors, which you only got on the Sport. They are badged Skyactiv G. All right. You got these lovely sort of anthracite wheels. Okay. This car has climate control, auto lights and wipers, and Apple CarPlay. So it's a very well spec'd little car, and these are very, very capable. You could get in this and drive to Scotland just as you would in your larger vehicle, and it would use very little fuel. And the way fuel prices are going, I think that's quite important. Now, with all my videos, or our videos, I always like to give background to the vehicles. Now, this car was first registered to T.W White Sons, so this would have been one of our employees' cars. And then it was sold to some long-standing customers of ours, and if you're watching, you know who you are, and thank you very much for the car, who purchased the car. Now, they'd always had Mazda 3s. They thought they didn't need that space anymore. They had this for a year. They came in for a service last week, I think it was. I think it was on Friday. Yeah, last Friday. And expressed an interest in the courtesy car, which I had lent them. And if you're curious, it was a CX-30. And basically they never gave it back. So we're delighted to have this car. It's done like 11 and a bit thousand miles. It was serviced like literally 50 miles ago last week. Okay, so it's a lovely car. It's beautiful. And you probably say, of course he's just saying that, but you know, you've got these lovely chrome with the deep crystal blue contrast. I think it's lovely. I do like the wheels, the spec. You know, you get used to things like auto wipers and climate control. Yeah, it's a very lovely car. So let's start from the outside, work our way to the inside. It's very cold and it's started to rain. But yes, so you've got your parking sensors. You've got a very good sized boot. Okay, so even if you had a young family and you need to put pushchairs and stuff, this really would suffice. It's fine. I say it's a real good all-rounder. For those of you who require a spare wheel, there still is space for one in there. Cars these days don't tend to come with them, and they're sold as an accessory. We don't sell too many, but I know some people, they really do, you know, they feel comfortable, they want a spare, which I can understand. Right, so let's go show you in the back of the vehicle. Now, the SE-L Plus models have this interior. Before it was all sort of dark cloth. Now it's this two-tone. I don't know what you call that, but I suppose brown. It's actually darker in like looking at it from my eyes rather than through this camera. But it's very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. You've got ISOFIX anchorages for the two outer rear seats. Electric windows mirrors, auto folding wing mirrors. Okay. You've got down here, you've got traction control. So that's like a stability program to help keep you on the road as safely as possible. Help, for example, reduce wheel spin. If you were to brake, help keep you in a straight line. If you were to lock up, well, it wouldn't lock up, but it would keep you in a straight line. You've got lane departure warning, which will warn you if you veer out of a lane without indicating, to sort of say, look, oh, did you intend to move out of the lane? You know, pay more attention. Engine start stop. So it's got an intelligent engine start stop. You know, and if that puts you off, because all cars now will have this, you know, as a part of, you know, the bid to have a cleaner environment. So all manufacturers are fitting these things to reduce emissions. But if it's something you're not comfortable with, you can just turn it off. And this here, you've got a tyre pressure monitoring system, which I think is fabulous. I used to think they were irritating, but what that will do is let's start the car actually, and I'll show you. 2 keys. So to start the car, it's keyless start. Put the clutch down, press this button here. Okay, so back to the tyre pressure monitoring. So if now look at the bottom, yeah, there you go. That symbol would stay on, and it would stay on constantly if one of your tyres, or more of your tyres of course, if the PSI has fallen 4 PSI or more. Okay, now the great thing about that, say your tyre had fallen 4 PSI and you didn't have this warning system, the tyre may look the same as it has, the car may feel the same as you drive it, but it will affect your fuel consumption. It will affect the complete performance of the car, especially the safety of the vehicle. So a very useful thing indeed. Now, whilst this little light here is still on, I just want to talk about this. Traditionally, cars have had temperature gauges, and for a while, a lot of cars have deleted temperature gauges, and you have this blue light just to say the car is cold, and then that will go out when the car is at correct operating temperature. And if that went red, and I've never yet seen this, that would mean the car is overheating. But some people see that and they think, oh, it's a coolant light. There's no coolant in the car. So if you do buy one of these, this video will remind you what that is. But of course, we shall do a thorough handover for whoever purchases the vehicle. And look at that, that's gone out there now. Okay, now, there we go. The Plus model car also has up, down, in and out on the steering column. So the earlier cars didn't have that either. And you've got this nice newer steering wheel, you've got your cruise control, volume controls, hands-free there. It's all very well spec'd indeed, and a nice finish to the vehicle. Very nice door cards. Okay, got the owner's manual. Now, on the USBs, there's a little smartphone here. So this is the USB. You would plug your phone lead in to use the CarPlay. So this is equipped with CarPlay. On the older cars, you can still have CarPlay, but you'd have to pay for it, get it upgraded. This car has it. So I know it's greyed out, but don't panic. Because I had a customer said, oh, it says it's got it, but it's greyed out. I haven't got it. I said, no, it's greyed out until you plug the phone in. And then you can access and control your apps that are on your smartphone. I think not every app will work, of course. It has to be compatible driving app. For example, you could then use, this has a built-in sat-nav, but you could use a navigation app of your choice, like Google Maps or Waze. You can use Spotify, WhatsApp, etc., etc., etc. So, entertainment. Now, you've got FM, AM, and DAB. AHA, Stitcher are internet apps, and then once you've paired your phone up, you can, of course, stream stuff from your phone, and there's USB 1 and 2, which are down here, which will charge and read data. So let's go up to DAB. Okay. And look at this list. Look, for those of you who aren't familiar with DAB, and I think a lot of people have got it now, I keep talking in my videos like it's a new thing. It's been around for years. I didn't know whether it was actually going to be around for that much longer, but I think it's certainly here to stay, and I know they're turning off some FM channels and going over to DAB. Now, for example, you know, you'll have, I don't know, Funkage Junior, Great Hits Surrey, Heart Surrey, Point Blank Radio, that's in Essex, I think. It's got good dance music, gospel. You've got something here, I would say, for everyone, from all over the world, all genres of music and talk and sports, and you can listen to Talk Sport with clarity. So all great stuff. Sorry, I forgot to mention, so you've got the auto lights and wipers. So the non-SE-L pluses won't have that, nor the climate control. They just have the manual air conditioning. So back to this. Right, so this is touchscreen, by the way, but you can control it using this Multimedia Commander. Or that's at least what I call it. So you connect your phone up there, and then you can access your call list, your phone book, etc., etc. And if you have an Android phone, it will also alert you and give the option to read out the text message, which can be quite amusing. Now, the navigation. Now, sorry, my camera has trouble focusing when it gets a little bit dark. You put your postcode in and off you go. Very, very easy indeed. Okay. Now, when you're en route, For example, I have a trip planned to Newquay on Monday, and along the route, for example, if I want to find a fuel station, I can search and it will tell me the fuel stations, the distance and the direction. And now the clever thing is, because I mean, I've seen so many variations in fuel. I went past a garage today and it wasn't on the motorway, and diesel was 176. I think it must have been a mistake. And if you set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone to here, so say you're doing it for long journeys, it'll also give you the fuel prices, which I think is very, very useful. And once your car is connected to the internet, you'll also get live traffic updates, weather reports, etc., etc. Okay, so all great stuff. Now, settings. In here, you've got display settings. You can turn this off, you can turn it off and show the clock, you can adjust the brightness, etc. Safety, you've got smart city brake support. So, there's a camera up here. Should you get too close to an object in front, now, I'll give you a scenario. It's a hot summer's day, you've stopped, you're in traffic, you've been in traffic for ages. Stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. You're looking out the window because, I don't know, there's something, and you looked out the window, but your car's rolling, the car in front has put its brakes on, you know, you've been distracted, you're very tired. This car will apply its brakes, okay, providing there's no driver input. So, turning, braking, accelerating. And the great thing about that is, hopefully it'll avoid any form of collision, but it's recognised by insurance companies as being, because insurance companies statistically see accidents, a lot of accidents happening at such low speeds. Therefore, a car that can prevent this will have a lower insurance grouping, and it should reflect in your premium. Okay, it's got lane keep assist. I mean, a little car like this with lane keep assist. So what it will do, right, should you be driving down the motorway, when you are driving down the motorway, you know, you're not going to be gripping that steering wheel like so, you know, you're sort of holding it. It will keep you, it will help keep you within the lines, okay, which is amazing. And if you find it strange, you can turn it off, and you can change the sensitivity and the intervention timing. Alert type says beep, but you can also do a rumble or a vibration. Okay, so all great stuff. I mean, to be honest, I can't believe this, you know, a car like this, I say like this, but, you know, the smallest car in our range to have all these things, you know, and they are useful, they really are. You've got your sound system there, clock. Oh, I'm going to GPS sync it. Okay, so now that clock, and I'm going to put it on 24 hour. It irritates me when it's, confuses me when it's on 12 hours. GPS sync, so you never have to change that. You've got rain sensing wipers, door locking, for example, auto relock time 30 seconds. So if you unlock the car and you didn't get in, or you didn't open a door, the car would lock in 30 seconds. Lighting, you've got things like leaving home light, so I'm going to activate that. So when it's dark, you unlock the car, the lights will be on to give you safe passage to the car. Okay, and also they'll stay on for 30 seconds. You can adjust that, of course, when you go home in the dark to give you safe passage to your front door. Devices there. Okay, so it's a really well-spec'd little car. Really good on fuel. Now look at this. Our customers lived in Eltham, and if you're not familiar with Eltham, you know, it's built up, it's London, so, you know, you don't really get to sort of stretch its legs. In fact, look at this. The car's done an average speed of 18 miles per hour, and it's achieved 44.5 mpg. That's really good. You imagine on a run, you know, you're looking at, you know, 50 odd from a petrol, and this is a 4-cylinder engine. It's not a 3-cylinder, which is, I've just advertised a Corsa. Nothing wrong, lovely car. It's got a 3-cylinder engine. It sounds a bit, I don't know, it sounds like my mum's sewing machine. I just think a 4-cylinder engine, 1.5, not 1000cc. Mazda have managed to get superb fuel consumption from a 4-cylinder 1.5 engine, as opposed to going really, really small, you know, and not being that fun to drive. But there's the mileage there, 11,496. It was serviced, I think, last Friday. Okay, which is why it's so clean, actually, because we did a service wash on the car. Parts exchange is extremely welcome. If you check out our website, you'll see lots of non-Mazdas and Suzukis on there. I know there's a lot of adverts out there saying sell your car here and this way and that way, and you get a better deal, etc. You'll get the best deal with us, and you know, we want a nice seamless transaction for you. You know, come in with your Part X and take away your new car. But do your research and get an idea of what your car is worth, and then contact us. So we take anything in, even if it's not Mazda or Suzuki. As I mentioned earlier, I was advertising a Corsa earlier. The car, now this car is, I think this car is only about 2 years old, right? So, but it'll have whatever the manufacturer's warranty is left, so it's 3 years from new. But if it's less than 12 months, I'll top it up to 12 months, okay? So it will have a full year's Mazda warranty with a year's Mazda roadside assistance, okay? If there's any specific photographs or videos, oh look, there's a little mark there, I'll get that off, you'd like me to send on this vehicle, please don't hesitate to ask. It really is no bother. If there's something you'd like me to find out about the car that I've not mentioned in this video, please do not hesitate to ask. And do try at any time of day. We appreciate that a lot of people will be looking at these cars, these adverts, outside normal working hours. And we will try to respond outside those working hours. You know, it might not be immediately, but we will try to respond that evening. You can even call us, leave a voicemail, or probably outside business hours, drop us an email. We have great finance facilities. These work out fantastic on PCPs. Please do inquire within and we'll give you all the details. We have the facility to extend warranties, and we offer a delivery service within 100 miles. However, if you're outside that 100-mile radius, please just pick up the phone or send us an email. Do contact us and let's discuss it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.